funktioniert das wieder? Arschen. Bin ich jetzt wieder live? Irgendwie ist mein Internet gerade mega am Abkacken und ich weiß echt nicht warum. Was ich gerade sagen wollte, als Haushofmeister, oberste von den Angestellten, und die anderen sahen nicht so zerfleddert aus. Der doch geizig, oder nicht? Mann, geht mir auf den Sack mit dem Internet.
Is your greedy nature responsible for the lack of taste and attention to your appearance? The cheap makeup, shabby and dyed clothes? How do you explain those, Majordomo?
The means to practice my profession are limited. I'm sorry you noticed it, sir.
The parties overshadowed your state. You are lucky Kurt Manchios's attention was concentrated elsewhere. In a decent household,
Dankeschön, Jan, im 15.
Yes,
Monat.
his attention was undoubtedly concentrated on something other than my
Dankeschön.
But one detail stands out on your dirty rags and shoes. The drops of blood.
Oh, that. I don't know anything about it.
Did you know Fabio?
Not personally.
Ich hoffe, jetzt funktioniert das wieder mit dem Internet.
And cleaning the mess after his performances was tedious. Mr. Manchios always had a role for him, and mainly the leading one. The parties were always Fabio-centric.
And Batista? Was she as popular as her partner?
Don't tell her I said this, but I do not think so. Mr. Manchios hired her.
Surprise, motherfucker!
To work without her. Mr. Manchios used to see her as a worker. She was tasked with entertaining the guests, unlike Fabio, who could pick and choose. Please let me out.
Ja, heute Abend bin ich. Ja, nice. Was hast du heute Abend vor, Jan? Sondern für was?
I can't wrap my head around such a tragedy at my party.
Keine Ahnung, was wolltest du? VR. Du wolltest VR streamen. Oder beziehungsweise habe ich dir das aufgedrängt, VR zu streamen. So, was machen wir jetzt? Was haben wir noch? Das wäre nice. Die Welt erobern? Jawollo.
I know I can handle the news.
Ich muss schon wieder niesen.
Are you done yet? Can I leave?
Was hat mir das jetzt gebracht?
Continue our investigation.
Okay.
While I look for the papers.
Vielleicht das hier auswählen und nochmal mit seinem Boss darüber über ihn sprechen.
I can't wrap my head around such a tragedy at my party.
Aha.
I can't wrap my head around such a tragedy at my party.
Mann, was ist... Internet will mich heute echt abpacken, ne?
Please let me out.
Ich weiß jetzt gerade nicht. Oh, oh. Das habe ich übersehen. Eine kurze Notiz, die dem Testament beigefügt wurde, lautet: Santos, mein närrischer Faulpelz. Du hast mich angefleht, dich in meinem Testament zu berücksichtigen. Und das habe ich hiermit getan. Anbei die aktuelle Fassung meines Testaments. Chord, ein Auszug aus dem Testament lautet: Santos Penchetti, Haushofmeister des erhält ein Glas Bartwichse und eine Salzlampe, damit er sich stets an seinen fürsorglichen Arbeitgeber Chord Manchos erinnert. Okay. Keine Ahnung, sag du es mir, Jan. Sag
I
du es
recognize
mir.
the key from the altar room among these. Mr. Manchios says that you begged him to be included in the heritage. Isn't that a little extreme, even for a major domo?
He's not only my employer, he's my uncle. And I'm his next of kin. The only one. Mr. Manchios flatly refuses to pay a family member. All I have to do is repay his so-called love, cleaning up the filth after perverts and decadents. He's imprisoned me. The best I can hope for is a new broom. That's why I wanted to have my part of the inheritance.
Is it that bad? You have a roof above your head, a salary, and the status of a major domo.
For God's sake. I'm forced to dye and stitch my threadbare clothes, and the holes in my shoes are painful. I'm ashamed every time a guest looks at me closely.
Why do you think your uncle treats you this way?
My mother, my uncle's sister, had me illegitimately. She died, and I was given the surname of one of the maids.
But you are entitled to some of the money that belongs to your family.
He thinks not. I was not responsible for my mother's death. I work hard, and he pays me nothing. I feed on the leftovers. While he wastes our estate's property on decadent parties, he paid Fabio handsomely and showered him with expensive gifts for their disgusting relationship.
Was du willst, Jan. Ich bin für alle Schandtaten bereit. Dann reden wir jetzt nochmal mit seinem Onkel darüber. Wie gesagt.
That's not something I know much about. You'd better ask someone else. You'd better ask someone else. That's not something I know much about. That's not something I know much about.
Muss auch noch. Ja,
I
du
read
musst
the letter
entscheiden.
about your will. A harsh method of ridiculing Santos. I doubt he will use mustache wax when he wears no mustache to begin with.
Where did you get it? Is the slug here? Tell him I shouldn't have to provide for him. He's a grown man who shouldn't sit on his uncle's neck. He conceives himself as my only heir.
And who is he to you?
He's a leech on my aging body. He has only added problems to my life since the death of his mother.
I fail to see why you made him your major domo.
He needed to know his place, so I taught him.
Okay. Alle Con-Filme gucken.
I know I can handle the news.
Jan, ich weiß es nicht. Sag du was.
I know you can untangle this man.
Gedanken. Heute ist übrigens Digi-Dienstag. Ist heute Digi-Dienstag? Ich mache mir jetzt gleich was zu futtern. Dann mache ich eine kurze, längere Pause. Und dann kann ich ja gucken, ob ich... wobei ich wollte halt, wenn es geht, vielleicht den Mon-Montag erstmal nochmal machen. Nachdem ich hier den Fall ein bisschen... Kann ich nicht. So,
There is undeniable evidence that you were the original recipient of this letter.
What are you talking about? Is it addressed to me?
Your protege wanted a fresh start, it seems. This is sufficient to charge you.
Me? Hurt my star? Are you insane that you would accuse me of such a thing?
He did not consider himself as yours. Since you deny everything, let's move on. Do you have any idea as to how the letter could have ended up in Mr. Vogel's pocket?
You were the detective. Perhaps he took it from Fabio. Werner was a little high.
Ja! Ich freue mich so krass drauf, Jan. Das wird richtig geil. Pokémon, Pokémon. Und dann können wir zusammen zocken.
Please let me out.
I've nothing to add. I've nothing to say. I've nothing to say.
I'm nothing to
I've
say.
nothing to say.
I'm nothing to say.
Could Fabio have written this letter to Kurt Manchios?
Oh. That could be. I never thought Mr. Manchios could make Fabio that angry, though.
What do you mean?
Well, Fabio wanted to disassociate from Mr. Manchios. Clients who are in love are both a blessing and a curse.
But Fabio was here tonight.
Money. In our line of work, we can't afford to turn down clients who pay as well as Kurt Manchios.
Was Fabio afraid of Mr. Manchios?
Not at all. The old toad wouldn't dare to do more than sweet talk and touching. Talk can be forgotten. And touching...
Eddie! Alles gut bei dir. Und jeder, was? Ja, weil Purpur einfach geil ist, Jan. Die Legi-Pokémon, Purpur schauen viel cooler aus. Ja, finde ich auch. Ich bin froh, dass ich mich von Anfang an für Purpur entschieden habe. Da, Gedankenspiele. Gucken wir nochmal. So. Moin, na du Lümmel. Alles gut bei dir? Was? Jan, danke für das Geschenksub an Teddy. Wupp, 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 wupp. Dankeschön. Einen Augenblick. Was ich nichts verstollen. Verscholler. Warte, ich muss noch kurz was schreiben. So. Achso, habt ihr das neue Neo-Game gesehen? Nee, hab ich noch nicht gesehen.
I don't think I can tell you anything about this.
I have reason to believe that the intended recipient of the incriminating letter may have been Kurt Manchios.
Well, that makes sense. Too bad I can't remember how I came to possess it. Though I did spend quite some time with Mr. Manchios during the party.
Unfortunately, even with an answer, that may still not be enough to clear you with the police. But fear not, I will persevere.
I hope your
Ja, Jan war
attempts to
ganz
put
doll.
things straight will make up
Ganz
for...
doll
You being
fertig,
unabender.
weil er so viel arbeitet, der Arme. Ja.
Please let me out.
Habe ich jetzt ernsthaft alles? Muss ich jetzt entscheiden, was Sache ist? Am Anfang gesagt, ich kann mir nicht vorstellen, dass er sein eigenes Pferdchen schlachtet. Allerdings sollte das Pferdchen ihn verlassen und seinen eigenen Stall aufmachen. Oder in einen anderen Stall ziehen. Ladet euch mal VR-Chat runter. Mache ich später, Jan, mache ich später.
I can't wrap my head around such a tragedy at my party.
Ich weiß es nicht. Schatzsuche, okay. Und der Messerfall, stimmt. Das Tagebuch. Ja, da hast du recht. Badam. Mir dauert's nicht. Okay, gucken wir erstmal. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Oh Mann. Mann. Okay. Die Karaoke-Welten. Ich habe noch nie VR-Chat gespielt, Jan. Da musst du noch mal mehr erklären. Warte, ich gehe mal ins Discord. Also ich mache jetzt noch mal kurz ein Päuschen, weil dann gehe ich noch mal schnell auf Toilette, dann gehe ich ins Discord, dann holen wir Jan dazu und während wir den Fall klären, kann Jan uns mehr über VR-Chat erzählen. Bis gleich. Toll, jetzt geht Jan ins Essen, Lurk. Jetzt, wo ich ihn dazu holen wollte. Nein, guten Hunger, Jan. So, ja. Hoppala. Haben wir einmal. Ist der Mörder Fabio, spielt jahrelang mit Gefühlen und nutzt ihn so aus. Ja, tja. Ich weiß es nicht.
The air here is rough.
Ich habe jetzt auch nichts mehr. Fabius Brief.
Rather refreshing. I'd even recommend that some of my friends visit the place.
Ich habe eigentlich gedacht, dass das am Anfang nicht sein kann, aber durch die neuen Beweise, dass der ihn verlassen will und bla, digital war Boden zerstört und panisch. Er wollte Fabio nicht töten. Dann war der verzweifelte Versuch, die Tat zu vertuschen. Der Tod seines Sterns Ist schlimm genug. Eine Haftstrafe statt Bergungsrecht aus. Ich glaube, es war ein Verbrechen aus Leidenschaft, weil die haben ja, also der wurde ja erst mit einer Weinflasche geschlagen. Wahrscheinlich hatten die Zeit zusammen und er hatte wieder einen seiner Ausbrüche. Nehmen wir das. Ich glaube, es ist das. Verbrechen aus Leidenschaft. Ja. Mann. Kann ich noch mal. Nein. Komm. Leider gehen alle Beweise in seine Richtung. Und auch, dass er... Also, es ist halt irgendwie seltsam, dass er... Klar, sein Neffe hat die Polizei gerufen, aber vielleicht war das dann wirklich nur ein Zufall. Und... also Zufall, dass das genau an dem Tag ist, weil es einfach nicht mehr ausgehalten hat. Und dass er halt mit Fabio da ein Techtelmechtel haben wollte. Nochmal und da Wein getrunken hat und er war vielleicht ihn nochmal darauf angesprochen hat. Und dass es dann Streit ausgeufert ist und dass er ihn niedergeschlagen hat.
The murder of Fabio did not have a ritual purpose, Mr. Manchios. It was staged by a man who wished to distract the investigation.
That might be true. That poor girl Matista wouldn't dare to kill the only man who cared for her. So,
Darum.
Santos,
Mr. Pinchetti snatched at the chance to solve his problems.
ungrateful little scum. Will he be executed?
But what for? He informed the police as to the crime, that was all. He couldn't stage the ritual, but he found the body, I believe.
I can't believe it. Why did Werner do it?
Mr. Vogel, he had no reason, and he won't be a scapegoat as you planned. You put Fabio's letter in his pocket when he was intoxicated, didn't you?
You can't be serious.
You're at the twilight of your life. You have no partner,
Alles
you have
klar.
no children. You had feelings, however, for one man. That was Fabio. You loved him. That is, you wished to own him with money and gifts. But he was also a free mind, was he not? He turned his back on you. Quite unjust. Love, so cruel and painful. And Fabio, with his words and deeds, made you feel the more wretched. So you killed him.
You must surely perceive that my sensitive nature wouldn't allow me to hurt anyone.
We can very often deduce someone's life by their shoes or their fingernails. You are a meticulous person, but this murder was fairly traumatic and filthy. After you stabbed Fabio, you were covered in blood. You panicked and neglected to rinse the soap from under your fingernails. The devil is in the details, Mr. Manchios.
Nonsense. I missed it simply because of the busy schedule of the party.
Of course, a staged murder was certainly not planned. You staged the murder as a satanic ritual. It was easy for you since you were the one who wrote the scenarios for the parties. It was your way of avoiding suspicion. A respectable man in his 60s,
Early 60s.
who hosts the cream of Cordona's society, cannot possibly be a murderer. But the guests who behave like animals in his mansion, of course, one of them could have killed Fabio.
I did oversee a few of the rituals, but I did not stage Fabio's death.
Fabio played with your feelings. That was painful to realize. You spent so much time and effort to be with Fabio, but he didn't respond in the way that you would have liked. You wanted to be loved, but Fabio shattered your dreams. In the smoking lounge, he teased and mocked you. He wanted you to suffer by offering himself to others. The deception was unbearable. You were passionate, and so you struck him. Once you understood your mistake, it was too late. You were afraid, so you staged the ritual. With such a story, you might be sentenced to a few years. It might clean your conscience, and soon the case will be forgotten.
No. No.
This is my decision. I'll talk to Constable Oswald to see what I can do.
Okay, dann machen wir das mal. Gott, ich bin bei den letzten Schlüssen immer so. Also es kann alles irgendwie sein, aber.
There's no fool like an old fool. Kurt Manchios did it. A young boy played with the heart of an old man. The latter couldn't handle it. The evidence I obtained clearly shows that the quarrel was not intended to end badly. It was an accident.
Showing pity towards your own kind, Holmes. Whatever.
All I'm saying is that prison won't take much away from an old and crushed man.
Fine. A big name like that will still give me a promotion. As for my part, not everything was in place. Perhaps some documents were transferred somewhere else, but I couldn't find a trace of them. Then I remembered. The discarded document drawers where we put the lost papers or the badly labelled ones. Including the crime scene report of Violet Holmes's case. Everything I've found is on the desk here.
Dankeschön.
Take it.
Your persistence has saved me.
Yeah, well, we had a deal after all. Your friend is free then. You can leave.
Good luck, Constable.
Polizeibericht Nummer 743. Als die Beamten eintrafen, fanden sie die Verstorbene, die als Mrs. Violet Holmes identifiziert wurde, tot im Garten des Anwesens Stonewood Manor vor. Eine Erstuntersuchung der Leiche ergab, dass sie völlig durchnässt war und einen tiefen vertikalen Einschnitt im Halsbereich von 2 Zoll Länge aufwies. Ihr Gesicht war aufgedunsen und mit roten Flecken übersät. Vermutliche Todesursache Sauerstoffunterversorgung. Eine Bestätigung durch den Gerichtsmediziner steht allerdings noch aus. Der Hauptverdächtige Dr. Otto Richter wurde am Tatort festgenommen. Die Leiche wurde für eine Autopsie abtransportiert. Erinnerung! Erinnerung!
Garden. There's a garden behind our manor. How could I forget? That's where it all happened, where it all went wrong.
Alles klar.
Sherry, it looks like you've almost found what you wanted.
Gucken wir nochmal, ob wir... Sind die jetzt noch hier oder... Er ist schon gegangen. Alles klar. Kann auch sein, dass ich ungefähr alle Fälle falsch gelöst habe, aber keine Ahnung.
Oh, you did it, Sherlock. The case is closed and all rewards belong to the winner. Bravo.
It is merely the triumph of the truth.
Is it? No compromises? No lies? You're happy with your decisions?
Whatever the truth, it had to be revealed. The victim deserved it.
Well, you seem confident in the value of your actions. I guess since I'm free, you were heard after all. By the way, did you get that precious information about your mother? Oh, not that you must.
Yes, I did.
Forgive my intrusion in such a personal matter. I simply worry I'm failing to be of much help to you.
Actually, you were. For some reason, all the archives on the case had disappeared. This was a rare opportunity to obtain the impossible.
Outrageous. Perhaps someone found the truth unpleasant. Society usually rejects those who speak with too much honesty, doesn't it?
A comfortable lie is often preferred to an uncomfortable truth. Still, I believe that the latter should prevail, and I cannot remain silent.
That's quixotism at its best. Your mere truth cannot defeat institutions, systems, and power. Etiquette, religion, marriage, they're all lies told to preserve connections, love, and sanity, and it's all corruptible.
Lies destroy human dignity. How could you make a free decision without any knowledge of the truth?
Are we really free to decide anything in this world, Sherlock?
Oh, yes. It's a struggle, but yes, we can make our own decisions. That's what I fight for.
And what an endless fight it is. Will you ever give yourself a break, Sherlock? You're a walking contradiction, Sherlock. You refuse to lie to others, but constantly lie to yourself. How long until the train comes off the track? I cannot look away, but perhaps